80, droite 70, corps de trace, embauche 53 cordes, pour droite 140 presse, et attention, gauche pour droite 140 plus étroit, embauche 50 max, pour droite 48, presse éminent, corps de gravette, il ouvre, pour gauche 100 000 moins bref, gravette, sur droite corde, pour droite 40 plus max, pour gauche 40 moins tourne, corps de trace, ouvre, 30 plus 1000 max, à pied. À droite 60 seulement corps de trace, droite 60 seulement corps de trace, embauche corde, tourne 70 corps de trace, pour droite.
Heading up to the second split, Martin Vidago calling out those pace notes.
We've got Oitanak into the stage as well now, so 4 drivers within our first one this morning. Welcome along to stage number 1 here at Rally Croatia. Bit of a change around now by the looks of things in the split. Neuville 1.1 seconds behind Ogier now.
Droite centre en travée, travette sur 190 pièges, vide. Droite 40 moins presse, super étroit flex. Droite 40 moins presse, super étroit flex. Pour 100 mètres de gauche, 30 plus.
Qui ouvre 130 mètres au frein. Droite 130 pleine corde de tenir. Sur un gauchis pas corde de frein, sur droite 130 pleine corde. Sur gauche.
Ogier commenting yesterday that, you know, we talked about Croatia's inclusion in the championship, as we mentioned before, 3rd year, you know, a good rally, and he said, yeah, it is always good to have something which really does challenge you and push you.
I think it's a great addition, and I mean, historians and diehards might say, yeah, but Corsica, you know, but I think with Corsica, I love Corsica, but it was so twisty and so demanding. It kind of, I don't know, it was, this seems to give us more speed, more stories, more spectacle than what Corsica did. I don't know, but we do need tarmac rallies. I mean, it would be lovely if we had maybe a couple more in there as well, because I do love tarmac.
Your favourite surface is tarmac, isn't it?
Well, as a driver it was, even though rally's historically gravel, a dry tarmac road, a nice, smooth, clean, dry tarmac road, there's no better feeling from inside the car if it's all working right.
He's not too far away now from the stage end, and it seems to all be working well in here for Sebastian Ogier. We've got Neuville 1.1 slower at 9 Ks, Rovanperä 2nd slower at 4 kilometres. We're waiting for Oitanak's first split to go onto the board to see what the comparison will be.
There's a lot of stuff to clip. Not necessarily hit, clip on the edge of these roads. There's curbs there. You know, when you drop off the edge into these cuts, re-entering the road, so maybe you've got to be careful of the inner edge of the tyre. You don't slice it open on one of those jagged edges. It's something we have seen before. Is damaged tyres. But is the tyre damaged because of a re-entry onto the road? Is it damaged because of wheels being clipped? Or is it a tyre failure? There's many reasons why a tyre can go down.
And there we go. Our benchmark time, 11:57.7 for Sebastian Ogier this morning. First, an opening split in for Oitanak, and it's 2 seconds faster than Ogier. Elvin Evans is into the stage as well, but let's head back to Rovanperä and we'll wait to hear from Seb. Molly Pettit at the stage end for us, chatting to the drivers, who will cross out her in a moment.
So that's first stage completed. You're faster than Thierry on the splits. How did you find it?
Challenging because the grip is low. We expected it a bit that after race week we bring already some dirt on the road. So general grip is pretty low, but so far so good.
You've taken one wet tyre. Are you expecting some rain later on?
We don't know. I think the risk is low, but I think the experience of the team from last year was pretty bad, so they definitely send us on the safe side.
It's an insurance policy tyre.
Yeah, very big insurance policy.
It's so difficult to predict, although showers move through here quite quickly, and I think they're all aware of that. It looks like it could well be a completely dry weekend if we all look at our basic weather apps on the phone, you'll see just cloud and sun, but there is the risk always of some showers. That split there then at 4 kilometres that I mentioned with Tanak up on Ogier. That's going to be so frustrating for him after a brilliant start to the first sector of the stage.
He came through that previous right hand, I was like, whoa, we're on it. And you could see even in tarmac spec, the car dropping down. I thought, yeah, we've got this stopped. And we did seem a little bit wide, and I thought, no, it's okay. And then it just dropped the clutch. It didn't get the clutch dropped in time. And it just stalled the car on the uphill. And if it was on a downhill, obviously you would still move, and you'd have that momentum, but nah, it's such a shame. Not a half spin and nothing, a stall on the exit of the hairpin.
Final split then for Neuville, 2.1 seconds slower than Ogier at 17 kilometres. As I mentioned, we do have Elwyn Evans into the stage as well, and we've got an opening split for him in comparison to Ogier, 1.5 seconds slower.
Gauche 149 sur 190, 5, droite 20 moins tourne, 20 moins tourne, 50, glisse fort, gauche 38, Guillon, 120, droite 150 plus, corde à fond.
Countdown to Ogier's time, let's see what this is going to be.
Droitier 3, gauche 148 nous reste.
Oh là là!
2.6 seconds slower, and a little
Oh la la!
from Thierry. We'll get the full story when
We've got the story visually now. The car is like a snake.
it's moving around a lot. We presume from the hand gesture he just demonstrated there, but he'll chat with Molly shortly. We'll see the effect of that stall on Tanak's next split.
Look at that, from first to fourth. Oh, that's massive!
5.2 down.
Thierry, that's 2.6 down on Seb's time in there. How did you find it?
Tough. I was fighting the car through the whole stage, so it wasn't easy. I had a big job to do in that stage.
What were you fighting?
I don't know. I was kicked around all the time, and it was not easy.
Fighting the car the whole stage. And it looked so promising at the first 4.
Yeah.
4Ks in the first split?
The first split he was fastest, but then, it started to ebb away from him. Kalle Rovanpera's times also a little bit down as well. He's 7 seconds down from Ogier at 14 kilometres, which I'm quite surprised at.
Are we really surprised Ogier's quick?
Well, yeah, but that's,
It is a gap, but this is Sebastian Ogier.
Yeah, but, Rovanpera won this event last year. I mean, it's the first stage. It's the longest day as well. We do certainly have a long way to go out there today.
What did surprise me, from my opinion, Tanak did not lose 5 or 6 seconds in that stall. Because it's a really slow corner, so you're not lost huge momentum. I was thinking 2 or 3. But he was like, what is he? Tanak's +5, plus he was already up by 1.7. So that's like, but Ogier's second and third splits were incredibly brilliant.
Final split for Rovanpera, he's 9 seconds slower than Ogier. 9.
Big.
That's a big amount of time, and let's hear how he's feeling in the car when he gets to Molly, but I'm quite, I mean, let's see if there's a little story to tell, or whether he just hasn't quite got the feeling this weekend.
I did notice, but it was right at the start of the stage, that the right rear tyre was very dirty, and there was also a lot of dirt in the wheel, but he was only 1.3 down at that point. Ogier just absolutely smashed it in the second and third splits.
Yeah, it's into double digits then, 11.3 seconds down from Ogier out there this morning. We'll hear the story from Kalle very shortly. It is a 12.09 to Ogier's 11:57.7. Neuville was 12 minutes, 0.3 of a second.
I'm unsure whether I've known Kalle Rovanperä lose double digits in a stage in the last 18 months without an issue. You know what I mean? He's normally right there. So was Ogier super brilliant, or is there other people that are just not with it in their car? The wheel looks okay. I'm not thinking anything other than maybe he went wide somewhere and car moving around a lot. I don't know.
Kalle, that's more than 11 seconds lost to your teammate Seb. Quite a lot of dirt in the rear right wheel. What happened in there?
I don't know. To be honest, nothing special happened, but yeah, it was surprisingly dirty and slippy. It was not easy to drive so clean. I was pushing quite well without mistakes, but yeah, clearly it was not so fast. It was really difficult to be clean. I tried my best.
I mean, we have seen on our external cameras dirt being pulled out.
A lot in places, a lot.
But I'm sitting there thinking, I'm pleased it's dry, because if it was wet, it'd be even worse. But everyone just...
This livery is so fantastic.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful tribute, and you know, all credit to the team for being able to change this around so fast. It's a beautiful idea which has come from within the team, and it's such a great tribute.
It was late on Wednesday when they got it finished, because we went to film the car in the service park, and it was like the team was still there at 10 o'clock at night, just finishing touches. So as you say, huge effort from them all to make sure that they got it and got it right. That's Lappi into the stage, as we saw there.
Now we're seeing Tanak on a similar pace here to Rovanperä, exactly the same actually, 9 seconds down at that final split point.
But again, I mean, it's just highlighted there, its progression bar, 1.7 up at the first split. Are we...
Well, we've got to factor in that stall, obviously. That's a handful of seconds.
But did Ogier have a small little issue in the first split? Because he's blitzed everything else, and just seen a lot of people were quicker than him in the first split. Did Ogier start slowly and then warmed right up?
10.5 seconds down then from that amazing time from Seb Ogier. It is a 12:08.2 for Oit. And of course you've got to factor in that stall on the hairpin as well for him. Evans obviously within the stage, Lappi, Katsuta, Lube has just gone underway as well. Welcome along to stage one here in Croatia.
I thought you were going to say, welcome along, Pierre-Louis Lube.
No, but he is welcome, obviously. But I was talking about everyone watching. Let's cross out and hear from Mr. Tanak. I'm sure there'll be a bit of frustration with that stall.
Oh, yeah, that's 10.5 down on Seb. Unfortunate with the stall there. Talk us through the stage.
Yeah, just I was losing the boost, and then I stalled, and then after I really struggled with many things. So we got some steering issue already on the road section. So that was a big job.
Steering issue then picks up on the road section, as he was saying. Big job through there.
Steering issue, I mean,
it certainly didn't look like, did it, on the first sector of that stage, that he had any issues.
I mean, a steering issue is like the only kind of thing you can have as a steering issue. Well, not only thing, there's a few things, but power steering, is it working, is it not working, intermittent, or are we in a situation where the tracking is slightly out or something? I don't know. Could be a few things.
Taka and Aaron now. Taka's focused one thing only this weekend, and that's having a clean event. think for every driver that's always the case, but especially so for some where it's not gone so well in the past few.
Yeah, he's had a tough start to the season, hasn't he? And remember a couple of years
Lube
ago.
also saying this, the same thing.
Yeah.
He's also not had the best of starts. And
Lube's Tackers has been off. Lube's has been some mechanical issue and things like that. Okay, so we've got the 3 hard tyres on Elvin's car and the 1 soft. The soft is on the right rear rather than the left rear, which is of Ogier and Rovanperä.
But great that we're seeing Elvin Evans out this weekend as well, because obviously yesterday at Shakedown there was an issue within the stage.
Yes, a turbocharger issue is what was on the bulletin, or the steward's communication, because obviously he didn't complete the mandatory 3 runs of Shakedown. The reason being they had to recover the car, bring it back, and then it was a turbocharger issue of some sort, but they wanted to check the engine, that there was no bits of the turbocharger in the engine, so they only did 1 run of Shakedown. So I mean, 1, 2, 3 runs, does it make a difference to these guys who are so talented? Maybe not, but it's nice to just have that extra mileage that now they're not.
No, the team did a good job in getting that car fixed yesterday afternoon.
Look at the sweat on Scotty. Really sweating. And I noticed he's trying to hold the pace notebook. It was moving around a lot.
It's a 12:10 for Elvin Evans. So right now, in terms of our overall classification,
Lappy 17.4
what
down.
has happened there? We'll come back to the times. Let's hear from Elvin.
Elvin has 12.3 down on Seb's time. Are you surprised by that?
I mean, it wasn't brilliant, to be honest. I mean, it was quite okay, but of course the road's getting very dirty behind, so it's only so much you can do, but okay, it still needs to be better than that.
Yeah, he's making a good point, though. The road is getting quite a bit dirty. You see it just from when we're watching Seb go through. He's making the cuts. He's starting to pull out all the dirt from the cuts. The further back we go with the drivers, the dirtier that road is getting.
Slightly concerned about that split for Lappy, 17 seconds plus. But, and in Monty, Lappy was away from the pace. So first time in the car in Monty, but away from the pace. Lappy was only 3.9 here at this split. It's now 17.
Yeah.
So has there been a little story? Because obviously Sweden was fantastic. Mexico's fantastic.
They're talking about the dirty road. You could really see it there on the onboard when we were with Lube. Some of them are taking it carefully in those sectors, understandably so. 4 hard compound Pirelli tyres right the way around the car for Lappy.
He only has hard tyres in his package that he's taken with him today. He's got 5 of them for this morning.
Yeah, he's actually the only driver that has gone with 1 compound for this morning's 4 stages.
And obviously they're saying it's still quite slippy. It's the hard tyre. But he was not too far away at the first split, where the hard tyre might take a bit of warming up. It is pleasant outside. I mean, when I walked in, my hands were a little bit chilly, but it is pleasant. The sun's out there. But here, as you say, just could be a bit tough.
Overall then, Sébastien Ogier is leading here by 2.6 seconds over Thierry Neuville, with Tanak in 3rd position. Rovanperä's 4th, Evans is 5th. There's 12.3 seconds separating the top 5 right now. Esa-Pekka then 21 seconds down at that final split point. A much dirtier road, and also, and factoring in it is the first stage to get underway on this event, which is going to be difficult for every competitor out there.
Yeah.
That's still playing on my mind that, I don't want to have huge gasps at big drops in time. They need to get themselves, certain drivers I think will need to get themselves just into the rhythm a little bit maybe. We'll hear from Esa-Pekka now, but we cannot, not put that factor in either. cross out to Molly then. 12:20.7 is the time for EP.
EP, that's 23 seconds down on Seb's fastest time. How are you doing out there this morning?
Well, it's very challenging for me, at least. Yeah, too much dirt for me, so I'm not confident.
Yeah, we could certainly see it on the road. I'm sure we'll hear the same from Taka now and from Pierre-Louis as well. Oliver Solberg and Elliot Edmondson. It's a great shot when they come around that corner.
Yeah, and they leave the car. There's a small bit of body roll. We see now, I know these cars are not going as quick as they're our feeder category, but there didn't seem to be as much dirt being pulled on there. It's as if it's now all out of those cuts. But yeah, we see them, they're there, they're here, but actually not scoring any points in their category. They can still win the Rally 2 class.
Of course.
But scoring actual points in their championship challenge. So it might be just a little bit slightly confusing, but if you're new to the sport, when you can see them, but they don't take any points, but they're able to do every event. Katsuta down on the split.
But again, I think we're going to hear a very similar story. Yeah. With the road getting so much dirtier. And this is a factor here in Croatia. We've got these sinuous roads which are running through the mountainside with the rain that we've had earlier on in the week. It's certainly going to be very messy out there. They were well aware of that.
What's he telling? Aaron's telling Taka to do something. He's like telling him to press a button or something. He was signalling. Not sure. I don't know really what that was. It was kind of like a proper gesture, of, like as if like press a button, but not sure what that was. Because I think he'd gone out of stage mode because we lost comms with them.
Yeah.
Taka, we just heard from EP that it was so dirty he struggled to find confidence in there. How would you describe it?
Yeah, it's full of mess. I mean, full of like rubber on the load, and yeah, I was not able to trust the pace not so much because of quite really dirty more than expected. So yeah, gonna be tough today, but we need to survive and that's it tomorrow. But yeah.
Key thing in there, we need to survive. Yes. It's just that small section. I think you brought it up there. It was just the road, just
completely gravel.
There wasn't even a line through it. It was kind of strange.
Heading into to WRC2 territory now then, with Johan Rossell. He's second in the championship to Oliver's lead. Oliver with a great result, of course, in Sweden. He was on the podium in Mexico, Oliver Solberg. As I mentioned before, he's not scoring points here. Johan Rossell, though, took the maximum points away from Monte Carlo. And we'll be keen to do the same here, but as I keep saying that, and it's every event I'm saying this because it's so true, the lineup that we've got in WRC2 this season now on every event is so strong. I think we've seen some great battles so far in WRC2 this season, and no doubt that will stay strong here as well.
Pourquoi 63 personnes 28 à 30 mètres, c'est à droite, 30 à droite,
So yeah, he's got the 3/2, the one soft. That's the same pattern on the vehicle as Elfyn Evans.
So you've got these beautiful sectors of road which are nice and clean and tidy, but because we have so many flowing corners and cuts, you do have a huge amount of mess in other sectors. So inconsistent. But, you know, they knew it was going to be a factor, but as Taka said, maybe it's a little bit dirtier than he expected out there, which is why the confidence level just isn't quite there this morning, certainly with the latter drivers.
Yeah, and I think also what you have to remember was when the safe route note crews went through, it was clean. Now, it's messy, but when they go through for the second pass, they will have an idea where the mess is.
Yeah, Louis, good morning. How did you find that one?
Yeah, it was quite tricky, honestly. I struggled a bit, but yeah, it was more dirty than expected, so not perfect, but okay.
Yeah, again, you know, the more dirty than they expected. They knew it was going to be. Yeah, they have experience of this event from previous years. They know what happens, but a little bit worse than they anticipated. Have a listening in here to Oliver Solberg, and looking at the tyre choice for these boys. They've gone with 4 hard, 2 soft compound tyres, exactly the same as Rossell, Lindholm, Greensmith, Grierson, Pyrie and Eric Seiss. Mo has gone on 5 soft compound tyres from my information here.
Big push.
Big push. Oliver said last night when we chatted him that, you know, the plan was, even though, okay, yes, he's not scoring points in WRC2, he's got a nice little haul, of course he's leading the championship there, but the objective was obviously to win the category itself, to be as flat out as possible, which the fans certainly liked that when he said that at the ceremonial start last night.
Yeah, I mean, he has won a whole host of stages so far this season. In the category, the Rally 2 category, the second tier category, whether he's been scoring points or not, he has had a very strong, speedy start to the year. That's just typical of him,
classic, isn't it? Well done. No. 12:52.8, just looking behind, Rossell is 8.1 faster. At the final split point. It's looking like a really incredible time from Johan Rossell.
Quite a few upgrades on that Citroen race. Oh, big lock-up by Lindholm. Quite a few upgrades on that Citroen for this weekend. Also, M Sport have the new differential in their Rally 2 car. But yeah, Citroen have a whole host of things. Trying to get them out of the team yesterday was easier said than done. They were being a bit secretive. But
naturally,
they're saying more power. I think from what I can work out, better geometry, bigger exhaust, new suspension settings was my kind of working out of what I was kind of, it was like Morse code, you know, trying to get it out of them.
11 seconds faster now, final split point.
And Rossell rolled on this rally last year, so it's not like it's anybody has super great memories of.
Et 50 mètres derrière au zébra, arrivé 100 mètres au pied.
Let's see what this time will be on the board then for Johan Rossell. 12:39.2. Now we're not going to be hearing from the rest of the drivers here. Molly has had to hot-foot it now to her next stage end. We've got a group of 4 this morning. We're trying to to cover off as many as we can. Gus Greensmith and Jonas Anderson next. Gus, of course, riding high on a brilliant result from Mexico, where he kick-started his WRC2 campaign. Beautifully done through that sector this year. Even though, you know, we have a raft of incredible drivers here this weekend, Johan Rossel's really set the pace in here so far. Just looking, Lindholm is 8.7 slower third split, Gus is 6.7 down, Gryzin 9.8 slower.
Just getting some news in. Eric Sai's a very, very brief stop within a kilometre of the start of the stage.
Okay.
Lindholm saying to you, I'm sure he was saying to you last night, that he really, really likes tarmac, enjoys it.
Yeah.
And for a Finn, I mean, Lappy, to be fair, in his junior days, his earlier, he won on tarmac as well. And it seemed that Jari-Matti Lamplugh seemed to turn that trend of Finnish drivers not liking tarmac, because he really kind of was good on time. He just had a certain Sebastian Loeb as always his rival. But now a lot more Finnish drivers, and I don't know whether it's because some of them are starting on in karting now, because they can do that before they can actually drive on the road. A little bit of a chat between them.
And it's 10 seconds down to Rossel's time, as you can see there. 12:49.2 to his 12:39.2. Just looking elsewhere, we can see Eric Sais's brief stop reflected in his first split. He's 14.8 seconds slower than Rossell first split.
It's more than a brief stop, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he was quickest in shakedown, I think.
He stopped again.
No.
4.7 kilometres into the stage, Eric Sais stopped again.
He was quickest in shakedown in WRC2. I wonder whether he's... Well, let's see how long he stops for. Second time. Has he clipped something and now he's having to fix something? Gus Greensmith, Jonas Anderson. Gus said yesterday that this will be a tougher challenge than what Mexico was.
Well, he's well aware that he's got some tarmac specialists around him, and Rossell this morning showing his worth. But again, you know, Rossell running up towards the front end, but still having a massively dirty road after all the P1 cars. It's interesting talking to some of the junior drivers yesterday, because shakedown was kind of reversed as such. We had the support categories into shakedown ahead of P1, and quite a few of them said, oh, it was really lovely having a clean road.
Gus just looking down there.
Right, left on the bridge, right, tight to
6. He's looking all over the place, isn't he?
He is. Just waiting to see if he's going to say anything.
Well, I think his mouth's moving, but he's obviously gone out of stage mode, so we can't hear him.
His mouth is moving.
Yeah, but there's no sound coming to us from it.
Right, Adrian Formeau, who took, as we said earlier, a different tyre choice to the rest. Just getting some translations in on what ML might have been saying there. He was quite quiet, wasn't he? So not 100% sure, but he was slightly concerned, they think, about a vibration in the car, maybe.
Could be a wheel, could be a tyre.
pour. Droite 130, donc gauche 120 court. Dans droiti, donc gauche 130 pour monter sur droite 110 tour, corde rail. Droite 110 tour, corde rail, donc gauche à fond tenir. Sur ciel droite 110 écarte large. 50, gauche 110 corde tenir.
Formo, I'm sure, focused on just getting through this morning because this, at least the third stage of the morning, is where he had quite a big incident last year. Interesting tyre choice, different to the rest out there this morning within the category, Jules.
Yeah, the soft tyres, I mean, he is more of a tarmac expert than it was this rally 2 years ago where he made his debut at the top level in a World Rally car, finished 5th overall. We were like kind of like, who's this new French wonder kid? Who is it? And then it's not gone downhill from that actual rally, but his career hasn't kept on that trajectory we thought. And he was even saying yesterday that he said the first year he came, he said, "Oh, I was in dream world." Then he said the second one it was like a nightmare.
Yeah.
And he needs to rebuild. And
but we see a lot of drivers in their careers go through that. You know, have these incredible opportunities, bursts of pace, and you think, wow, and then it can go the wrong way, but then it comes back.
And I think, you know, you can't say, Formo, Oliver Solberg, people like this, they get these opportunities, of course you're going to take them. Potentially in hindsight, you might say...
Well, you mean stepping into
a Rally 1, yeah. In hindsight, you might say, maybe we should have stayed another year in the feeder category to learn.
But you're going to
look at the bonnet flapping just a little bit on the bonnet pins. Exactly, you're going to take it because you might never get that opportunity ever again. And then you see when they step down, all of a sudden they shine like you were expecting them to.
Yeah.
But it's because they got experience.
Sami Pyrie is 18.1 seconds slower than Rossell at the second split point. Formo is next to complete and he's 16.9 slower. Rossell will have quite a nice little lead in this category come the end of this stage. Still no movement from Eric Seiss though.
Oh, he's still parked?
Still stopped on the stage, I believe he's not past the second split point. No, he's still stopped.
Il ouvre 110 moins, dans 300 cordes. Donc gauche à fond, 100 mètres, droite à fond, 100 mètres, frein gauche 140 court à l'arbre, 80 mètres derrière, droite 80. 50. Ok. Gauche 100 glisse. Court. 120 mètres. Et ok. Droite 140 à fond corde. 130 mètres. Arrivé. Ok. Ça va? Ça va et toi? Ouais. On pense pas au niveau des pneus? On les perd à la fin, mais dans le pourri, c'est pas trop mal. Dans le pourri, c'était pas trop mal, ouais, je sais pas. J'ai rien là.
Clock run on then. I'm just waiting for the completed time to pop up here. We'll update you with Formo.
I was just looking at your screen, actually for Greisen, because Greisen has completed in between them, hasn't he?
Yes, he is. 12:56.9. Apologies. Yeah, Greisen's come through. 12:57.8 for Formo.
As you say, Lindholm, that's a nice little cushion after the first stage.
No, Rossell.
Sorry, Rossell, sorry.
Yeah, it's 10 seconds over Lindholm. 11.6 over Greensmith, 17.7 over Greisen, and 18.6 over Formo.
Okay, I got news on Eric Seiss. He slid into a ditch and cannot get back to the road yet.
That's really disappointing for him.
Yeah.
On an event where we could have seen such strength.
Yeah.
Huge support here for
massive
for Eric Seiss this weekend. Just watching Sami's split points here. 13.4 down from Rossell. Sorry, no. That was to Greisen, apologies. 28.5 to Rossell. That's quite a chunk, isn't it?
When you said 13 to Rossell, I was like,
that's not bad. Yeah, that's good.
That's good for a young driver, limited experience. I was like, yes.
Yeah. No, it's more than double that.
Full of false promises again, Miss Williams.
Sorry, apologies. Obviously need more coffee this morning. I'd be interested to see now, in terms of the other stages, how much dirtier they're going to be getting, because, as we mentioned, the cuts are such a big part of this event. They feature pretty much everywhere. And for the drivers running further back to meet that dirtier road, that gravelly condition, it is a little bit confidence sapping. So that's Sami Pajuri through 13:10.7. So this then, Eric Seiss. Now, we noted that he'd stopped just shy of a kilometre into the stage, and then further on at 4.7 kilometres slid into a ditch. So this is a replay, obviously, from the earlier part of the stage.
And he already has that really dirty wheel like Robin Pera did. So there's something where they're all going a bit wide.
And here are the images. They're really quite steeply down there. I'm not surprised they can't get themselves out.
Yeah, they're steeply down, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes, they're backwards. Yeah, that was Petter, the co-driver, just clambering up the bank.
I can understand why they are, why they'd struggle to get out of there.
Yeah.
They may need extra assistance to get that car out of that ditch. So there we have it then, with the opening stage of Rally Croatia. Sebastian Ogier with a fantastic time in there. 11:57.7 was the time from him. Thierry Neuville 2.6 seconds behind that, then Tanak 10.5 behind. Then Rovanperä, Evans, Lappi, Katsuta, Lube, Johan Rossell with a really strong time in WRC2, which is 10 seconds faster than Lindholm, then Gus Greensmith, then Oliver Solberg, Ryazin, Formo and Pajuri. But already some drama then for Eric Seiss within the WRC2 category this morning on the opening stage. We'll keep you updated on his situation, but from what we can see from the images there, getting out of that ditch is going to be exceptionally difficult. We are heading now directly on to the next stage. Stage 2 overall is beckoning for us. Still continuing to see good weather here, which we're pleased to say, and so the drivers are as well, with the tyre choices they've taken out there this morning. This is the longest stage at 25.67 kilometres in length. And again, you're going to see a mixture of surfaces within this one, just as you saw on the first. We've seen an extended section to the end of this stage. And more stories to tell, and we'll keep you up to date with them as much as we possibly can by watching the splits, hearing from our reporters who are out and about this morning. Paul King is going to be at the end of this stage. Said it's hazy cloud, the sun just about coming through at the stage end. But good that it is dry weather out there, Julian. You know, it looked a bit mixed in it at the start of the week. Reminder of the road order then, if you are just joining us this morning, we are in championship order, of course, on the opening day of the event. Sebastian Ogier, as championship leader, kicks us off. Then Thierry Neuville, then Mr. Rovanperä, our reigning world champion, of course. Oi Tanak, Elvin Evans, Esa-Pekka Lappi, Taka Katsuta, then Lube Solberg. Before we head into our WRC2 category, Johan Rossell, Emil Lindholm, and then Gus Greensmith. Some beautiful images coming through of Rally Croatia and the landscape around. And I'm glad that the spectators who are out in their many thousands today have good conditions out there. Let's take a look then, shall we, at Sebastian Ogier and Vincent Londe as they prepare to head into this one. They are leading going into stage 2. It was a brilliant start to the event, but Neuville's only 2.6 seconds behind. It's very close between them.
Let's see what they can do in this stage. I mean, I'm just studying those times. You say 2.6 to Neuville, 7.9 then to Tanak. Then it just the gaps just get bigger. I mean, yeah, first on the road, we kind of expected it. I was saying right at the start of that previous stage that I was thinking, yeah, I'm pleased it's not raining because the gaps will be big. I'm not sure whether we need a bit of rain now. You know what I mean? But I was like, oh man. But yeah, just waiting for Munster's time just to come in from WRC2 in the previous stage just to see how Munster was doing. But
13:28 is his time.
Okay, so yeah, right.
Quite a bit slower than Rossell's time.
So, in our two categories that have completed that first stage, the French are out front.
Indeed they are. Again, we stick with the hard compound and that one soft on the rear left.
When there's a curbstone on each side, obviously the road will be a lot cleaner because you're not going to be clipping and cutting corners if you've got to run over the top of a curb to get the corner cutting.
80 mètres gauche, 120 millions qui ferme tenir pour un droite 10 sur un gauche 110 plus, pas corde et 35 mètres un droite 90 pour un gauche à fond, 60 mètres gauche 138 corde brève cheval.
They're snaking their way uphill here. Still, you can see, even if they are slightly smaller, the cuts there that will make the road dirty for the drivers behind.
Pour un gauche midi et 50 mètres à droite 120 plus micro, 60 mètres charge à droite 120 bon. 120 mètres, attention, gauchis sur droite, gauche, 140 à fond corde.
I'm sure I heard a little lock up there, kind of like a bit of tyre squealing.
Et 60 mètres à droite, 120 bon, 1 million, pas corde. 120 bon, 1 million, pas corde. 100 mètres au fin droite, 120 plus, pas corde tenir. Sur gauche, 130, corde juste tenir. Pour attention, gauche 133, corde frein glisse. Sur droite, 120 bon, 1 million, pas corde sortie. Pour gauche 110 plus corde, sur droite 120 bon pas corde, 50 mètres gauche 120 plus million mini qui ouvre, 120 mètres gauche, 148 mini juste, 80 mètres et plus de huile, frein avant gauche 140 points corde huile, se tire sur droite 120 plus pas corde bref huile, 100 mètres 1, gauche 120 plus pas corde léger huile, sur droite 120 plus long tard léger huile qui ouvre, 60 mètres, droite pas corde pour gauche 130 plus mini.